Lawrence will give it the boot. Weird backspin. Have to come chase it down. Eventually going to be won there by Harbaum. He'll move it up the middle. He's got Brower on his left wing, but can't do anything with it as it's flipped back towards the Munising Baptist offense. Swift now on the near side. Crossing pass is going to be high and go behind and out of bounds. Goal kick for the Polar Bears. Ball's won by Swift, and that one's going to come all the way through, and eventually going to have to be chasing it down is Gabe Lawrence. He'll be able to give it the boot here this time, see where he puts it. Over towards the far side of that center dot circle. Waiting for it is Harbaum. Uses that to get around his first defender into the corner. Sets up, moves back towards the center. Tries to make the pass, doesn't get enough on it, but neither does the defender knocking it away, and making the long chase for it will be Ethan Brower. Brower, 15 on 15 as Skylar Graves has come up in defense in that midfield role. He'll win that battle and flick it forward now towards Maloney, who's had to chase down and get it himself. Now moving around a couple of Polar Bear defenders, moving into the box before Emma Bell comes up big to knock that one away. Grand Marais just looking to try to clear it, but a good job there by Emma Swift to keep that one in the offensive half for Munising Baptist. Drop kick here by the Polar Bears, coming all the way back to the other side of the field. Eventually cleared out by Gabe Herman. Will come up on the near side to your lone goal scorer today, and Skylar Graves. He'll move up the right side, try to get a pass in the box, deflected away by the defense, and it'll be cleared once again there by Emma Bell. 1-0 your score as the ball comes out of bounds right in front of the Jamadots press deck area here in today's first half matchup. Maloney with the throw in towards Swift in the box. He'll let one go towards net, trying to put a little bit of finesse on it so that we could get around the defender, but it's going to be picked up there by the goalie. Deep pass now to Harbaum, right wing, going up against a couple of defenders, and now the ball's going to come loose in front of, it looks like, Zoe Mosier, who's able to clear it out, but it might have put too much on it. Can't keep that one in bounds. Will be a throw in right in front of the scoreboard. Oh, nope, they'll say it's in. That's Maloney driving up the left wing. Cross pass to Swift in a give and go, and Maloney tries to put enough on it. Knocked away by one of the Lawrence brothers before it's eventually cleared, and now you'll have two more, actually a three-man approach by the Polar Bear offense, but running into a wall there is Harbaum. Can't find an accurate pass. Is going to give it up to Ryan Swift on the other side. Moving it outside now to try to get around his defender. It's Andrew Hyde in coverage. It's going to be picked up by Maloney in the box. He's going to try to reset the offense by giving it back to Emma Swift. Swift now can't get the pass off, and here comes the Polar Bears if they can keep it away from Maloney, but that senior has been so powerful for Munising Baptist this year, being able to keep the ball towards the box. Just everybody surrounding the ball before it gets kicked out, and now it's just a foot race to go see who's going to be able to get it as it ends and dies just before the line. Will be a throw in for the Bobcats. Swift now flicks it backwards. He's got a man open in Graves who tries to head it, but good defense there. And the little ones up front helping out a lot. It's Connor Rockwell deflecting that one a couple of times on behalf of Grand Marais. Now it's back to Maloney. Maloney will let one rip, and that one's going to go wide right. Be a goal kick now for Polar Bears. First half of today's game is brought to you by the Munising Flower Shop. Munising Flower Shop has been your hometown florist since 1939. Whether you're looking for a special gift or a beautiful arrangement, the Munising Flower Shop can assist you with any event that life throws at you. Call the Munising Flower Shop today at 387-3499. Lots of aerial game now near the edge of the box for the Polar Bears as Munising Baptist quickly throws that one back in. One of the matchups I think we were all kind of looking forward to today was going to be Lawrence there, who's a goaltender for the Polar Bears, going up against Ryan Swift, the All-Star junior for the Bobcats. He's got the ball now on that outside, trying to set up, puts a shot, and this one's going to go high, and a good job there by Gabe Lawrence to back off of that one to make sure that he didn't touch it. It's instead of a corner, it's going to be a goal kick now for Grand Marais. Big boot there is going to come out in the middle. Couple of players on each squad trying to go after Emma spins it on behalf of Munising Baptist. She's going to try to find Graves near the corner. Might have a little bit too much on it, and that one's going to go out of bounds. Be another goal kick here for Grand Marais. Ball comes loose. And once again, it's going to be that number 16 of Emma Swift coming quickly to bring it the other way as it's still a 1-0 Munising Baptist advantage over their big rivals in Grand Marais. It looks like we'll get another kick here as the offense is continual for Munising Baptist, but they haven't been very accurate today. There's been a lot of shots that's been off the mark and going off to the sides. It's a good job by the Polar Bear defense to kind of collapse around and force those bad shots as everything's about positive moving forward. Speaking of, there's Swift, and he'll sky that one over the net once again. And we'll get another kick by the Polar Bear goalie. A little bit of shaking here as we get a cameraman change. I always love that. Thanks to Lewis Justman for helping out there. Always a solid help, instrumental up in Grand Marais when we got everything lined up there. Now we got Liz Weiner on the camera helping out at this point. Throw in now for Grand Marais. Lawrence with the throw in. Bounces directly off Maloney, who's coming up fast, trying to split a couple defenders before Emma Bell gets in the way, and booted downfield and out of bounds in front of the scoreboard. Actually off the scoreboard here. And we'll get our first substitution of the game. Dylan Swift will come in and give Emma Swift a break as the ball is quickly thrown back in and knocked out of bounds by the Polar Bear defense. Maloney will have the throw-in responsibilities this time. So he throws it over the middle towards Ryan Swift. Looking for Skylar Graves, who's all open on the other side, but can't handle the pass. Chases it down, brings it back in the big box. Back over to Swift, who's got a shot here, and off the crossbar. Swift again into Maloney. Maloney taking a left footer, and that's going to be knocked out by the Polar Bear defense. Now it's a foot race to see who's going to be able to get this one. Will Paul able to try to redirect that one downfield, but now it's going to be Graves putting this one back into play. Maloney over the middle towards Swift. Swift pops it up to himself and is able to spin it in for a goal. That's Ryan Swift's first goal of the day, making this a 2-0 advantage for the Bobcats. Gives us a chance to thank our sponsors today in Christmas Auto. The certified mechanics at Christmas Auto have serviced your vehicles for generations. Stop in today for excellent service at Christmas Auto or call them at 387-4224. Also thank Flynn's Flooring, a full-service company that specializes in ceramic tile as well as pre-finished hardwood, laminate, LVT, sheet vinyl, and carpeting. The team at Flynn's Flooring is waiting for you to stop into their 24-square-foot showroom today in Wetmore or give them a call at 906-387-1993 for your estimate today. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds for the Bobcats. They'll throw this one in quickly to Graves on the near wing. Pushing towards the box before a cross to Maloney, who's all alone, comes forward and misses to the left. Maloney saying that it was knocked out of bounds and it should be a corner. Haven't seen a ruling yet, but that's the way that they're lining up right now. Another corner opportunity here for the Bobcats. Maloney will take it. Graves on the near side, Swift over the middle. Big kick looking for Graves, and it never came in bounds. Goal kick now for Munising Baptist. Or excuse me, for Grand Marais. B. Lawrence now taking this one for the Polar Bears. They'll put a boot on it, trying to find some open field for Harbaum to come chase it down. Swift is going to beat him to it and give it right back to Maloney in the box. Bell giving soft coverage on this one, as it's going to be passed over to Swift and an easy put in. Backdoor goal there by Swift for his second of the game. It's now a 3-0 advantage for Munising Baptist. Kickoff immediately turned over. Skylar Graves pushing hard on the right side. Tries to find Maloney on the cross, but it's just going to be too far out in front of him, and it's going to result in a throw in deep in the corner for Grand Marais. Not sure what they've got in the playbook here on this one. Lawrence looks to try to find it, can't get enough juice on it. Picked off by Swift. Swift tries to feed Graves. Graves got to chase it down, and he'll put it into the side of the net. Goal kick. Got 3 new Bobcats coming out onto the pitch now, including, looks like, Jasmine Graves, Trek Fills, and Ethan Swift. Going to give Maloney, Skylar Graves, and Ryan Swift a break, as those are the 3 big offensive leaders there for the Munising Baptist squad. Now it's going to be Phil's trying to feed the youngest, one of the younger Swifts, who's going to cross the ball to Graves. Graves able to chase it down before it gets booted out there by the Polar Bears. Lots of fighting for the ball. Here is Ethan Swift there in the number 23 is trying to hold on to this one. He's going up against Will Paul, who's doing a good job of keeping it in bounds and gives a little bit of extra help there for Ethan Brower to come and chase it down. Now Brower is going to yield it towards one of his teammates, but the defense for Munising Baptist is able to clear it first. And another big push on that right side before Lawrence clears it out of the box. And now nobody is coming to the ball. Kicked back into the offensive zone for Munising Baptist. Now it's going to be Dylan Swift crossing, looking for Jasmine Grace, but they just haven't been able to get that crossing pass lined up. Gonna be Graves trying to get around a couple of defenders there. Will Paul getting into that one as well before it's booted by Emma Bell to Brower. And Brower will lead the ball up the other direction before it's cleared back into the zone by Michael Maloney. Swift up the middle, guarded by Bell. And now guarded by Andrew Hyde. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. Will be a goal kick. 3-0 the score here. Munising Baptist on top of Grand Marais as the Polar Bears are looking to try to get on the board here in the first half, but haven't been able to sustain anything in the offensive side of the zone. There's too big of a gap there between their back line and their attackers. You know, it's tough when you don't have a predominant midfield attack. This one's coming down now for Paul and for Swift as they fight in the middle of the field. Get the ball out on the left wing before the Polar Bears start to get in there and collapse on the ball. Moving now towards the far side, crossing pass. Comes down to Graves near the top of the box. She can take a left-footed shift if she wants. Ends up poking it right. Tries to come in, and it's going to bounce off the shins of the Polar Bear defender, Lawrence. It'll be a throw-in now for Munising Baptist. And the throw-in is going to be mishandled, and will be a throw-in now for Grand Marais. Lawrence will take this one. Looks like Bell's going to and knocked out of bounds there. And we'll try it again, this time for the Bobcats. Ethan Swift's got the ball in hand, trying to find somebody to throw it to. As a quick substitution there, Olivia Lester coming in on defense for Munising Baptist. And the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds, bouncing off of Rockwell's head. And illegal procedure there by Grand Marais gives us an opportunity to give a shout out to our first half sponsor in the Munising Flower Shop. Munising Flower Shop has been your hometown florist since 1939. Whether you're looking for a special gift or a beautiful arrangement, the Munising Flower Shop can assist you with any event that life throws at you. Call the Munising Flower Shop at 387-3499. Ball gets pounced upon by a couple of Polar Bears, but can't be cleared out in time. Picked up there by Swift, moving towards the left side. Feeding Trek Phils, who's going to take a shot, and that one's going to go in. The sixth grader adding to his goal total this year. He's already got about a half dozen season goals there for Phils, who looks to be one of the bright young stars here of this Munising Baptist offense. It's one of the great things about this league is that you can always see how the development of the program comes along each time, and it provides you with a little bit more information about what the teams can be as they grow. You know, you're going to see something similar on the Polar Bear side is they don't have a single upperclassman out there. They barely got any upperclassmen in their school in general. So to see them grow over the next couple of years, this is going to be a program that's going to have a lot to offer if they can keep everybody healthy. Munising Baptist moving hard on the outside, and Dylan Swift trying to take it all himself, but that one stays in bounds, being chased all the way down by Jasmine Graves. Graves now looking to center up, moving along the baseline, shifting the defense, and now it's going to be a corner kick on behalf of the Bobcats. 4-0 the score. Corner. Trapped initially by the defense, but they can get it out of the box, but they can't clear the third. And that's been kind of the story, the moral of the story so far, not just this game, but in all the games for Grand Marais, as they've struggled to get the counterattack in motion, breaking out into the middle of the field. That's been the missing link right now for Grand Marais. If they can ever get that part going where the Bobcats are able to head it back down again, move back into the box, shot and goal. A rocket of a shot there by Dylan Swift as another Swift gets on board and makes this one a 5-0 contest. Still in the first half. Having to dig deep there for the numbers in the scoreboard box there as there's a substitution now on the Bobcats side. Tom Norton's going to come on in on defense, put a back line of Will Norton, Tom Norton, and Olivia Lester will be your back defenders now for Munising Baptist. Polar Bears trying to keep the ball on that side of the field, but good footwork there by Tyson Graves. Push it over the middle, and now they'll come back chasing it down once more. Polar Bears, Brower, left side. Tries to get the cross over towards Harbaum. Harbaum's got an opportunity before he gets poked away there by Norton, and now they'll push it down that far wing. Fields comes up and tries to cross the field as a couple of players are having to chase that one down. It's going to be eventually Graves in the foot race there against Ethan Brower. Graves makes a move before Bell tries to pop that out. Now it's loose in front of the net and just slings wide. Dylan Swift trying to bring the ball across into that area where the goalie wasn't and missed it by about 6 inches from the post. Goal kick now, handled by Lawrence. Short, flat kick, popped up there by Swift. He's up the middle, trying to feed Graves, and Graves will put a shot on goal, and she misses it in practically the same spot that Swift missed that previous one. And we'll get a chance to see a couple new Bobcats coming out onto the field, including Megan Lester, and looks like Ethan Swift has rejoined the Bobcats midfield. And that is Lester trying to keep the ball up front, bouncing it off of a Polar Bear defender, as that one's eventually going to be won by Brower. Now, the youngest Swift, Ethan Swift, trying to poke that one back away for Munising Baptist, feeds it forward to himself, bounces off of a couple of players as Swift had that one just bounce off his elbow. He was kind of holding it there for a second. Now Lester trying to keep this one in play deep in the Bobcats offensive zone. Lester caught off foot, cleared out by Bell, but she can't get enough on it to overpass that safety midfielder there over the middle. Now the ball is going to be won, looks like by Andrew Hyde. Haven't had a chance to say his name too much today. But the Bobcats offense is going to swing around to the other side of the field and try the near side. Swift up against Rockwell. Pushes towards the corner, trying to get a crossing pass, and it's going to be deflected for a corner kick. 5th corner of the day for Munising Baptist, as they're up 5-0 against their Alger County rival in Grand Marais. Corner coming in flat, finds Graves, rotates around to Tyson Graves, and now back over to Lester. She's going to try to feed it in, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds there for a corner on the other side of the field. Megan Lester is going to leave that one up for Ethan Swift to take the corner. As Swift looks to see what his options are. Lester faked going out, then coming back in, but that one's a super short one. Eventually going to be played by Lawrence up the right wing. He might take this one himself for quite a while, trying to get around some of the smaller players on the Bobcat defense before it gets knocked out of bounds. And I believe this is going to be a throw-in for Munising Baptist. Bobcats looking for somebody on the sideline before popping it up. And it's going to be down now at midfield. Kind of an aerial game over the middle. Or there by a couple of defenders fighting on the ground there. Is that not sure that was a legal play, but we'll keep on playing as the Polar Bears have the ball on the offensive side of the field for a rare opportunity. It gets cleared, and they're going to go chase after this one. Will Paul up against Tyson Graves in this matchup as Graves cuts it back over the middle. Not really being pursued right now by Grand Marais' defense. This is more of a zone, feeds it back out, isn't too far. Goal kick for the Polar Bears. 5-0 is your score here. Still in the first half. That Big Bay to Knock scoreboard that's got the timer on it is definitely spoiling me in this case because I keep looking for a time and there isn't one here. Goal kick coming. Bigger boot. Comes out over the middle. Trap there. Graves, but one back by. Well, nope, not quite. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Grand Marais ball. Harbaum will be the one throwing this one in. Looking for a couple of options on the far side. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Can't do anything with it as Munising Baptist has gone out to an early lead. 5-0 here in this contest over the visiting Grand Marais Polar Bears. Take a quick break and then give you a scoring update right here. You're watching Bobcat Soccer on the Rome Media Facebook page.
Fall is here, and that means temperatures are dropping. Is your propane tank ready for winter this year? Call Superior Land Gas because they've been trusted for over 100 years, and this is what they do. Superior Land Gas provides propane for appliances, from your outdoor grill to a 1,000-gallon commercial tank. They have the resources and training for heating your home or office. Call Superior Land Gas in Wetmore to switch or get filled up today at 387-4660.
No one tops pizza like Main Street. Fresh hot pizza that can't be beat. Plenty of toppings, sauce and cheese. Available for takeout or delivery. Big city taste, friendly small town service. One bite and you'll agree. Main Street Pizza is made to please. No one tops pizza like Main Street.
Parents can't always be there to ensure their child is safe in sports. That's where the certified athletic trainers at UP Rehab Services step in. They assess and treat injuries, provide rehab, and make the important calls about concussions. UP Rehab Services, along with UP Health Systems, keep athletes safe and in the game. We are your fast track to recovery. Contact us today for a free injury screen at uprehab.com. For great automotive care to keep your ride running smoothly, visit the auto specialist at Skip's Auto Repair in Munising. Skip's Auto Repair, located at 109 East Munising Avenue, services vehicles for oil changes and lube, auto repair, brake repair, diagnostic services, electrical repair, engine repair, tune-ups, suspension repair, and general maintenance. Call 387-5120 for quality auto service you can rely on. Be sure to choose Skip's Auto Repair.
And welcome back to Wetmore, Michigan, as Munising Baptist is on top 5-0 as we get ready for your Miners Pasties halftime scoring report. The specialty pasty of the week at Miners Pasties is the chicken pot pie. It pairs well with their delicious soups like the cheeseburger or their Cuban stew. Open 7 days a week in downtown Munising. It's Miners Pasties. Your scorers today are all on the home team side, starting off with Skylar Graves with a shot from that left wing, as this one was primarily 1-0 for the majority of the first half before Ryan Swift scored 2 consecutive goals in 5 minutes for the Bobcats. After that, you started to see some of the younger players come in against the shorthanded Polar Bears, with 8th grader Dylan Swift and 6th grader Trek Fills getting on the scoreboard on behalf of Munising Baptist. No Ethan Bell in this contest for Grand Marais. He's the Polar Bears' leading scorer, as he is not on the pitch in this matchup, so that's an opportunity lost on the offensive side of the ball. Instead, you've seen a little bit of a greater role for the Polar Bears, courtesy of Ethan Brower, who's been trying to set up in that kind of left center wing, more of like a defender. He's kind of playing right now, kind of like what a long stick midi would in lacrosse. It's a very interesting rollover in that perspective, because he's primarily coming only over when there's a sustained offensive aspect, but he's been primarily in that defensive role as one of the few midfielders that they've really got here for Grand Marais, as they're looking to restart this program up and be strong for the next couple of years. The Polar Bears haven't won a game yet so far this year, but they've gotten on the board in every contest besides one. So that's always a positive when you think about things for a program that's looking to develop over time. Talked a little bit in the pregame show, or at least pregame, about what would need to happen, and I don't believe that Big Bay Knock is going to lose the rest of the games for the end of the season, which means that Big Bay is going to be your regular season title holder here in the Northern Lights League. They'll be the top seed, and honestly, as long as Munising Baptist wins one more game this year, they'll be the 2 seed, because I think they've got enough there over the tribal schools of Ojibwa and Hannahville, who are kind of there, as well as Mackinac. They've won all the games heads up against Mackinac Island as well, which will be the host school for this year's tournament. Should be a good opportunity to see what the island can do in October, where we're still seeing about the feasibility of the aspects of doing that tournament. We want to do that tournament. It's planned to do that tournament, and if we can do the tournament, we'll do every game. I think the question right now is whether or not it's feasible in the location on the island, and we're still investigating that. But that will be something that we look forward to doing for the Northern Lights League tournament. That's going to be on the 16th. A couple other things in local sports to bring up. Munising Mustangs won a lot of hardware at yesterday's Skyline Central Conference tournament in cross country. The girls team won the team title, being led by Jenna Matson, who took second. Monique Brisson, Hattie Coda, and Sabrina Smith took third, fourth, and fifth, respectively. And another Alger County school in Superior Central took second place. Bree Swajinen leading the Cougars with a nice ninth place finish. On the boys' side, Trevor Nolan for Munising won the title by 30 seconds over one of the Stevenson Eagles. And Kaylin Moulier took third overall. So 2 out of 3 podium spots that time around on the boys' side. But with injuries and other stuff going on, not enough for a team score for Munising across country this year. A tough break for the Mustangs, as it looks like they were in the catbird seat earlier this year. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk some keys to the second half right here as you're watching Munising Baptist against Grand Marais on the Rome Media Facebook page.
Timber Products Company, a leader in diversified wood product sales, manufacturing, and transportation, is now hiring primary day shift production laborers. for their manufacturing facility in Munising, Michigan. They offer many opportunities for job growth and advancement in a comprehensive benefits package, including life insurance, health, dental, vision, and prescription coverage, vacation and holiday pay, flexible spending accounts, and a 401k plan with employer contributions. Timber Products Company is an equal opportunity employer, including protected veterans and people with disabilities. See all Timber Products Company opportunities on the Careers tab at timberproducts.com. Contact Rochelle Hanna at rhanna@timberproducts.com. That's rhanna@timberproducts.com.
Need breakfast in a pinch? A sweet treat to help you continue through the day? What about a technically correct way to tell others you're eating your vegetables? Whatever your reason, Gallery Coffee's new selection of pastries are now available. Enjoy muffins, eclairs, fritters, and even zucchini bread, all pairing well with your favorite hot coffee or iced drink. Check out your new selection of pastries now at Gallery Coffee Company, located on the corner of Elm and Superior in downtown Munising.
Enjoy a great meal while taking in the beautiful scenery of Hovey Lake at the Buckhorn Resort. Located on Buckhorn Road in Munising, the Buckhorn Resort has over 10 burgers to choose from. Try their signature burger, the Buckhorn Burger, a bourbon-glazed third-pound Angus beef patty smothered in chunky blue cheese and bacon, served on a home-style sandwich roll. Buckhorn Resort opens at 11 a.m. daily, or you can call 387-3559. All trails lead to the Buckhorn Resort.
And welcome back as we're getting ready for the start of the second half, as we've already got Munising Baptist lined up. They're ready to go up front with, looks like Veneberg and Tyson Graves up front. Second row is going to be, not sure who that is in the. Oh, that's MacArthur. Johnny MacArthur getting a chance to play out a goal in this one, as Josh Maloney is going to take over in goal for the Bobcats. So your usual goaltender is going to play there in that 2-1-1-3 that they've got set up. That first row of midfielders will be MacArthur. Behind him, it's going to be Maddox Watson with a back line of Lester, Norton, and Lester. Ball's going to be, as we've got a couple other switching around too, as it looks like it's now going to be Ethan Brower in net, which means that both the Lawrence brothers will be out for Grand Marais. The sons of newly hired athletic director Devin Lawrence will be the ones out there on the offensive side of the ball for the Polar Bears. Lawrence is going to flick it back now towards Harbaum to start off the second half, as he's going to bring the ball across midfield. Can't get around Veneberg, though, who's going to dump it in on behalf of the home team. The other Lawrence clears it out towards his brother Gabe on the near side. And a good bring the ball out approach by Munising Baptist defensively, as they're just trying to get the ball back on that other side of the field and let their offensive stars do something with it. In the meantime, it's going to be Johnny MacArthur right over the middle, driving down the field all by himself, trying to find somebody on a wing. And that one's going to come up to Lawrence, and Lawrence is trying to get that one forward as it gets dumped back in by Watson. Chasing the ball on the near side before it's hit up and out for Harbaum to try to chase it on the near side. Harbaum getting it knocked away from Watson, but he regains possession over the middle of the field. Moves towards the right and still trying to find somewhere to pass that ball along to before it eventually comes out towards Lawrence on the left wing. Trying to hold on to possession before it gets knocked out towards Maloney. And Maloney's going to pick it up for the first time of the game. And he's saying that, and we're getting a call here, it's going to be a penalty kick. Foul in the box against Leicester is going to set up a penalty kick now for Gabe Lawrence to take this one. They're going to discuss whether it's going to be Lawrence or if it's going to be Harbaum. But this is going to be a tough first challenge for Maloney and net, as this is going to be the first real opportunity for him to try to stop something, as well as the first opportunity for Grand Marais to try to get on the board today. This will be their first shot. Lawrence, left side, and gobbled up by Maloney. Good stop there by the senior as he gives it a big old boot down the field. Lawrence trying to move it forward. For it's picked up there by the Bobcats. Over to MacArthur over the middle. He's got Venneberg wide if he can find her. Instead, he moves up the middle. He's got an opportunity right down Broadway, and it's going to be poked away by Brower at the last second before he rolls over on top of it. Good save there by Brower coming into net as the ball is going to be coming all the way out towards the midfield circle and then picked up on the near side. Harbaum trying to find somebody, crosses the field over towards Paul. Paul lets that one, gets a little bit in front of him, and it's cleared out by the Bobcats defense. Tyson Graves now moving towards that right wing. Looking for a cross, gets a boot on it, but it's going to be picked up there by the Polar Bear goalkeeper. He'll get a chance to drop kick that one for the first time in this half as the ball comes out. Picked off by Maddox Watson. Flip it ahead towards MacArthur. MacArthur, he's got a person on the wing. Again, moves up the middle, but runs into a good defensive wall. And it's going to give enough time for Brower to chase that one down. Ball being fought by a couple of players there over the middle. Trying to find Lawrence on the wing. It's going to be cleared downfield before Lawrence picks it up again. Loses control of that one, and it's going to be picked up by the Bobcats as Lawrence tries to get back into this one and redirect it down to the side of the field that he wants it, moving it down the line before it gets out of bounds. Bobcats throw in. 5-0 Munising Baptist here in half number 2. Some of the younger players on both sides getting some extra playing time here, as MacArthur boots that one into the Polar Bear bench. Bell will throw this one in for Grand Marais. To Lawrence, bounces off the defender, but Lawrence is able to get it up in the air that time. Tom Norton chasing this one down. Over towards Watson, who gets it forwards to the offense. And now it's a 3-on-4 the other direction. Munising Baptist going up the middle. Runs into a wall as there's some contact there. Venneberg able to take it up the left wing. Trying to move forward. Gets a shot on goal, and it's saved there by Brower. Third save already for the Polar Bear sophomore. Harbaum now over the middle. The ball is getting poked away. And Venneberg's going to poke that one out, and it's going to go back towards the Bobcats offensive zone. Pokes it towards the left corner, looking for a cross. Pokes it up just a little bit too far ahead, and she hits that one into the side of the net. Goal kick. Grand Marais. Lawrence will take this one for the Polar Bears. Sends it out over the middle. It's going to go straight towards the Bobcats, though. Tyson Graves trying to find MacArthur over the middle before it's cleared out by Emma Bell. Chasing it down now is Paul. Paul running into a big wall there as Graves is just feisty there on that far side. Ball eventually getting knocked out of bounds will be a throw in for Munising Baptist. 5-0 still here in the second half. As Lawrence is going to redirect that one out of bounds. We'll try it again. Throw in deep in the offensive zone for the home team as Bell heads that one, lets it fall and try to flick it forward. Still on the ground, though, as it just isn't being cleared out by Grand Marais right now. Rockwell chasing it down, kept in bounds, and it's going to be picked up by the keeper. Cross over the middle, dump back in by Watson to MacArthur. Left wing, he's got Venneberg open if she can chase it down in time and can't keep it in. Should be a goal kick for the Polar Bears. Tough sunlight here in this one is it's about that time of year where that sun just pokes right over that west goal. And the Polar Bears are staring straight into it. This second half is brought to you by Alger General Agency, an independent insurance agent that you can depend on, providing big insurance options from a local business. Check out their website at algergeneralinsuranceenagency.com or call them at 387-2018. Bobcats with it once again. Venneberg on the left side running into that wall of Andrew Hyde. As Hyde tries to keep it in, makes a couple of good moves to be able to feed Harbaugh, but Harbaugh had come back and help. And the Bobcats are pushing this one back again. Venneberg back towards Watson. Watson tries to dump it ahead for Venneberg. Said it's going to be Hyde taking this one. Running out of room before Venneberg collapses this one back towards the middle. Chasing it down before Bell pops it out on the near sideline. Throw in for Munising Baptist. Deep throw comes all the way in for Lawrence to pick up, and he's going to sky that one to the moon. Comes down now for Harbaugh, who's trying to hold on to that one. That's a handball there by Maddox Watson, who also got a nice shove off in there as well. But it's going to come back to MacArthur after a long roundabout way, and the Bobcats are going to push on offense once again. MacArthur coming towards the box before it's knocked out towards the right wing. Fed into the box, and it's going to be picked up there by Brower. No harm, no foul for Grand Marais on that case as they try to get the ball up quickly on the far side. That's Gabe Lawrence. Splitting the defenders. Moving up the middle. Feeding it now towards Paul. Now back to Harbaugh, who's going to try to get around a couple defenders. Last touch by Munising Baptist, and it's going to be Grand Marais ball on the throw-in. Harbaugh looking for somebody. He's got Lawrence in cross. And Lawrence will get it, and it's going to fall out of bounds for a throw-in for the home team. Venneberg deep down the near sideline for Watson. Watson turns the ball over, comes loose for Venneberg to come chase down, poked away by Hyde. Trying to find somebody on the near side, but no dice. It's going to be a throw-in now for the Polar Bears. Emma Bell coming all the way over towards the near sideline. Looking for somebody. Quick, short throw. And we'll try it again. Harbaugh will be the one throwing it in this time. As he throws that one in, bounces off of a Bobcat defender over towards midfield. Picked up by Norton, dumping it in for Graves upfield on that middle wing. Now over to MacArthur. Was able to come out of goal today. Trying to go towards the net, makes a move, puts a shot on goal, and MacArthur's got one of his own. MacArthur helping out his own cause in this case as the first half goalie gets the first goal of the second half as Maloney and MacArthur celebrating there near midfield. Great opportunity for some sportsmanship there and team bonding. Get a couple of new faces in for the Bobcats. Trek Fills, Ethan Swift, and I believe Jasmine Graves will be the ones coming in. MacArthur, Watson, and Veneberg gets the break. It's that front line, really. Oh, no, Veneberg's going to stay in. But now here comes the Polar Bears on offense. Lawrence trying to get the ball over the middle, being chased down by Phils now as Phils aggressive with the poke check there. Sticking his foot in there to just get the ball trapped up enough, and it's going to be booted down to the near sideline and out of bounds. Will be a throw in for Grand Marais. 6-0 the score here in half number 2. All Munising Baptist so far in this one. Throw in. Kept in bounds there by Phils. Not sure if that's what he wanted to do, but either way, it's going to be a throw in now for the Bobcats. The ball comes loose here by the Jamadots press deck here from Munising Baptist Soccer Field. Ball pops up. Paul against Phils. As that one's going to be knocked out of bounds. Will be a throw in for Grand Marais. Emma Bell looking to put this one in for Harbaum. Harbaum gets possession, but he's running out of room. He's got to pass that one off towards Paul. And the Bobcats defense are able to poke it away from him. Now it comes that front line of forwards for Munising Baptist trying to move up the left wing. Can't find anything there, but that one's going to be rocketed off of Graves and come all the way into the corner for a very, very long goal kick. That ball was trying to sit inbounds for as long as it possibly could before it eventually left. And now will be Tegan Lawrence booting this one on behalf of the Bears. Puts it over the middle. And we have a whistle. And I'm not sure what's going on. Official digging in his pocket for something. And she will come off the field. Not sure what happened there. Will Norton coming out on behalf of the Bobcats now in that defender spot. So okay. Getting word that it's illegal equipment, that she had an unregistered watch on as well. So that means that she's got to come off the field. It'll be a drop ball. Eventually, possession is going to be established by Swift and Munising Baptist. Swift moving up the right side before he's going to run into Lawrence. He's going to flip it up that far wing. Crossing the midfield line, now over towards the middle of the field. And Veneberg is going to pop that one loose and bring on the counterattack. Bell pops it out. Ball being fought for over the middle. Now rotating on the near side for Phils. He's got to chase it down, puts it back in towards the box, and is going to be scooped up there by Brower, who's going to get an opportunity to boot this one down the field. Odd angle on that one. But it's going to find Harbaum, who keeps it. Nope, is not going to be able to keep it in bounds. And it's going to be a throw in right at that midfield stripe for the Bobcats. Bouncing inbound pass towards Graves on the right side. Moves around Rockwell. But Lawrence is there for Grand Marais, and he'll move it back out towards midfield. Harbaum now. Moves it up the middle. Trying to get the ball around one last defender, and he can't do it. Norton and Olivia Lester coming up big there for that back line of the Bobcats. Now Munising Baptist will be back on offense. Graves up the middle against Bell. Pokes left. Tries to find Phils, but a good adjustment there by the goalkeeper. And Brower will send that one down the field, seeing who's going to get to it first. I think it's going to be Harbaum, but looks like a couple of players there, including Wolf, gotten that one, but just a little timid on that. And the Bobcats are able to swing this back into their offensive side of the zone. 6-0, second half. Yeah. Swing to the outside, and it looks like an offsides. That is the call, so it will be a free kick now for Grand Marais. Second half of today's contest is sponsored by Aldridge General, independent agent that you can done, providing big insurance options for a local business. Check out their website at aldridgegeneralinsuranceenagency.com or call them at 387-2018. Polar Bears looking to clear. Able to get the ball out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Munising Baptist. Looks like this is going to be Ethan Swift throwing this in now as he gets bouncing inbound. Eventually going to be tried to clear it out there by Harbaum. And now there's kind of a aerial game going on before it goes out of bounds for another Ethan Swift throw-in. 6-0 the score. Ball dropped in. Lawrence kicking it out. Munising Baptist throwing once again. Deep throw in, trying to find Ethan Swift in the corner. He's going to be able to keep it down the near line. Gets past Brower. Phil's trying to get to it as fast as he can, but doesn't set up. He had the time. He needed to stop the ball, square up, and shoot, or at least find a pass, because Brower was going to overcompensate and come towards the line. He had options, but just got a little rush there. Phil's, though, keeping it down on that side of the field. Good header there, trying to keep the ball in bounds. He's able to do so. Moves up the near wing, moves around his defender. Hyde, though, coming back up. Gets enough on the ball to slow him down. Crossing pass. Nobody there. Brower's going to chase that one down on behalf of Grand Marais. He'll boot it down the far wing, looking for Harbaum right there around midfield on the far wing. Moves it back more over towards the middle. He's got a couple of players with him. Paul, most notably, he's also got Lawrence on the near side. The ball is going to be dumped back into the Bobcat offensive zone, where the other Lawrence is going to be there, and he's going to bring it out himself as well. Bounces it off of Venneberg. Picked up at the midfield dot. And moving around a couple of times now are both teams trying to establish possession. Now Phils is going to get it on the near side. Kicked down the near sideline and eventually out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Munising Baptist. Venneberg will do the honors. Deep throw and looking for Phils. Harbaum chasing that one down, able to use the height to pick it up off the high bounce. Comes in near side before Norton's able to bounce that one out of bounds. You throw in for the Polar Bears. One-timer to Lawrence over the middle. Harbaum trying to chase that one down in a foot race now with Ethan Swift, who's going to win it. Swift moving up the right wing, shading towards center. Has Graves on his immediate left before that one goes out of bounds. Actually kind of saved almost like a basketball save by Brower as he looked like he was going to run out of bounds with it. Kept it in the box. And now Phils is going to put this one towards net. Knocked out of bounds. Will be a corner for Munising Baptist. This will be their first corner in a very long time here in the second half. Only their second corner of the second half. Be handled by Phils. Phils will try a secondary approach. Tries to put this one in. Bounces off of Rockwell. Handled down low by Lawrence. It can't be cleared out of the box quite yet. And Graves is trying to find something before it goes out towards the other corner. It'll be now a corner kick for Munising Baptist on the other side of the field. We'll get a substitution here as a number of players are going to return for Munising Baptist, most notably Johnny MacArthur and Maddox Watson. And I missed a couple of the other ones as they rotated in and out, but an opportunity for some fresh legs here for the home team as they get ready for this corner from the far side. Flat kick, and it's going to be kicked into the Tractor Supply parking lot. And we'll have to get a new ball for the throw-in. MacArthur will be the one handling the throw-in duties this time around. Quick throw-in. Maddox poking away back towards MacArthur. MacArthur's already got a goal here in the second half. Looking to maybe make it a brace. Fighting for it on the near side as we knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be another corner for the Bobcats. Ball comes in. Misses a couple defenders. Rotates back to Bell, who tries to get it out, but can't get the lucky bounce. A lot of English on that ball. Now MacArthur bringing it back towards middle, trying to find Maddox on the near side, but Watson can't do anything with it. Knocked out of bounds, and it'll be another corner kick for Munising Baptist. John MacArthur will take the corner. Not a lot of height in there with the current lineup for the Bobcats, but it comes out low. Good save there by Brower, but the ball's still loose. He's going to need some help defense, but no, it goes in. Ethan Swift picking up the rebound and getting the goal on this one. It's his first of the game, as now 3 of the Swifts have a goal in this contest. And Munising Baptist goes up 7-0 late here in the second half. Flynn's Flooring is a full-service company that specializes in ceramic tile as well as pre-finished hardwood, laminate, LVT, sheet vinyl, and carpeting. The team at Flynn's Flooring is waiting for you to stop into their 24-square-foot showroom in Wetmore or call them at 906-387-1993 for your estimate today. Bobcats pushing once again. Far wing before Lawrence pokes that one up high. Stays in bounds, be chased down by Tyson Graves. Graves on that far wing being guarded by Connor Rockwell before it comes out of bounds, and I think that's going to be a goal kick as Brower has to run all the way around the net to try to get that one. I believe Lawrence is going to take this one for Grand Marais as well. Flat kick, bouncing towards the right wing where it's going to be picked up there by Tyson Graves. Graves pushing up the right side, eventually before Harbaum comes in to help Rockwell, but the ball comes out now. Back towards Harbaum, but it's going to be a quick cut in by some of the Bobcats defenders, and we're going to go back the other way. Maddox Watson on the left wing. Trying to get around Hyde, but Hyde gets a good block in there. where the ball gets kicked out of bounds there by Megan Lester's back out onto the field after that illegal equipment warning for her watch. As the Polar Bears get ready for the throw-in. Lawrence looking for Lawrence, but a little bit wide to the left, picked up by MacArthur, streaking towards the middle before he runs into Bell. Bell with a good clear out there for the Polar Bears. Chasing it down will be Tyson Graves on that near wing, but he's able to keep it in bounds. Cuts it back inside before Bell sends that one into the trees just outside of the bench area for Grand Marais. 7-0 is your score. Bobcats up by touchdown. Rockwell trying to clear it. MacArthur chases it down. Looks on the near side for Watson. A little bit too hot for Watson to handle. And Maddox is going to, looks like MacArthur's going to have to come back and get it, but there's a little bit of shoving on that one. Will Paul lost his balance and kind of went into MacArthur on that one. So good call there by the officials. It will be a free kick from the spot. What kind of is going to be set up here by the defense? Looks like it's going to be a spaced out 3. And it's going to come all the way towards Brower before he picks it up handily by the near post. Brower dumps it downfield. Nobody there for the Polar Bears. So looks like Will Norton's going to send that one forward for the Bobcats. Bringing it up. Powerbomb over the middle. Now to the left wing for Lawrence, but Lawrence can't get enough on the pass. It's picked off by the Bobcat defense. Now good move there by Graves, bringing it over the middle, back out towards the right wing, pulling out Brower from goal, and that one's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it will be a corner kick. Another corner for Munising Baptist here late in the second. MacArthur looking for his options. He's got Watson on the back corner, but he's not going to get the ball in bounds. It's going to go off the side of the net. Goal kick now for Grand Marais. MacArthur keeps the ball up in the zone, gets it over towards Watson on the left wing. He's got to chase it down, but he's deep in the box now, looking for a cross. Makes the first defender miss, brings it over towards MacArthur, but he can't get enough on it. Rockwell trying to get it out, gets it into Harbaum instead, and now it's going to be Watson trying to chase that ball down away from Harbaum. He's able to do it just long enough for the ball to come out over into the middle of the field. Back to Harbaum on the near wing. He'll just try to dump and chase. Gets a weird bounce there off the Bobcat defense, and this might set something up if they can keep it down there, but they're not able to. Good clear out there by Ethan Swift. Upcoming games for the Bobcats here at this point. They'll have 2 games in the next 2 games. Let's try that again. They'll have 2 games on the road at Beaver Island. Beaver Island has lost a lot from last year and what's going to be a rematch of the title game in the Northern Lights League tournament last year. It's the first meeting of the year between the Islanders and Munising Baptist. For that, there will be 2 games next week. Hannahville actually it's going to be Munising Baptist traveling to Hannahville on Monday before they host Ojibwe in the final game of the season on Tuesday. Ball coming down underneath the Jamadots press deck here as we'll get a throw in for the Polar Bears. Lawrence throwing it in, and that will be time. End of the contest as the home team wins this one 7-0 against Grand Marais. We'll take a quick break. We'll have our Medi Lodge of Munising players of the game. You've been watching Munising Baptist against Grand Marais right here on the Rome Media Facebook page.
Need breakfast in a pinch? A sweet treat to help you continue through the day? What about a technically correct way to tell others you're eating your vegetables? Whatever your reason, Gallery Coffee's new selection of pastries are now available. Enjoy muffins, eclairs, fritters, and even zucchini bread, all pairing well with your favorite hot coffee or iced drink. Check out your new selection of pastries now at Gallery Coffee Company, located on the corner of Elm and Superior in downtown Munising.
The Pub in Chatham is open for dine-in or takeout and offering specials all week long. We have tacos on Tuesday, wings on Wednesday, fish fry Fridays at the Pub can't be beat. We have only the freshest Lake Superior fish, featuring whitefish from Van Lanschutz or perch and walleye from Phil's. And let's not forget Saturday, where our ribs are always available. And there's more. Breakfast is back, Friday through Sunday. Indoor-outdoor seating available. Come on over to the Pub or call 439-8595.
Get yourself the cleanest whitefish from the freshest lake in the world at Van Lanschutz & Sons Fish Market. Van Lanschutz & Sons has the best fish dip in the area, and they've added 2 new smoked fish sausages to their menu. Try the new garlic smoked sausage or the Cajun smoked sausage to go along with their whitefish smoked sausage. For more information, visit vsifish.com or call 387-3851.
My wallet, is it the holiday?
And welcome back for the post-game show sponsored by Christmas Auto. The certified mechanics at Christmas Auto have serviced your vehicles for generations. Stop in today for excellent service at Christmas Auto or call them at 387-4224. Munising Baptist winning this one by a touchdown, 7-0. Your goal scorers in the second half. Ethan Swift put on the final goal, but the first goal of the second half came from your Medi Lodge of Munising player of the game for the Bobcats, Johnny MacArthur. Really impressed with what he was able to do. He pitched the shutout in the first half, including a couple of opportunities to help out his defense and clearing that away from his goal. On the Grand Marais side, letting in 2 goals was Ethan Brower, but he rotated around as we got to see some of the depth, which is hard to do when you're short on players to show depth, but you were able to see some of the depth from the Grand Marais side as Ethan Brower winning goal in the second half to try to find some opportunities to get the offensive started. That kind of position change there helped out as it created a penalty kick there on the other side. The only shot on goal, and really the only shot of the game for Grand Marais in this contest, as Jess Weaver did a pretty good job of rotating her players around in the second half. So Ethan Brower standing up tall in net there with about 8 saves in the second half. He is your Medi Lodge of Munising player of the game for Grand Marais. Next broadcast here on the Rome Media Sports Network, if you will be this Saturday as the other Alger County rivalry will be in football as the Munising Mustangs travel to Eben Junction to face the Superior Central Cougars. That game will be on the Superior Central Facebook page as well as WQXO Munising. I want to thank my 2 cameramen of Louis Justman and Liz Weiner for their work today, as well as all of the people from Munising Baptist that brought together and created the Jamadots press deck. Can't thank you guys enough. We will try to be here for Tuesday, regardless of what's going on, but we will find that out throughout the next couple of days. And we will have that up here on we'll have an announcement about our broadcast schedule on the Rome Media Facebook page at that point. Again, final score, Munising Baptist 7, Grand Marais 0. You've been watching watching Munising Baptist Soccer right here on Rome Media's Facebook page.